Hey folks, now that the rear hinge isn't creaking anymore, the camera's picking up all the other noises. So aside from the rattling from the camera itself, all the other noise you're hearing, the creaking and the squeaking and the rattling, is all coming from the front end. And as you can see by the way I'm dressed, cool weather's here now, so it's time to address those issues. Yeah, I'm taking the seat off because, well, I had the front end apart. I'm going to be putting the new headlight on, and I'm going to be doing some other electrical work. So, take advantage of, because the tiller itself is rattling too. It's pretty loose. So I got to be tightening that up, and while I have it open, it's a perfect time to do some wiring up front there. And I did put a loop at the front of the garage that I could use to lift the monster with the winch. Unfortunately, I put it in the middle of the garage instead of offset to the side. I wasn't really thinking when I did that. So I just kind of put some rope, looped it over the rafter, and I'm using that as my lifting point. And just kind of moved the winch to it, or the pulleys to it, and left the front of the monster. Now, I know I've addressed this before, but I don't think I've actually shown you. These bearings are totally shot. This is where all my front end rattling is coming from. But I don't know how to change these, because the shaft itself has an indent where these bearings go. It's got flat spots to put a wrench on it, so it looks like it should unscrew. But if you look at the other end, it's welded. So that's why I gave up on it last time, but they're so bad right now. And wheels are wobbling all over the place. So I don't know if I can change those, or if I have to replace the entire axle. I don't know what to think. It almost looks like, where you can see it. It almost looks like it was screwed in, and then once it was in place, it was welded. Yes, there has to be a reason why there's flat spots on there to put a wrench on it. But I don't know how to change those. The only thing I can think of is this entire bearing system here. Maybe the whole thing comes in from this side, but I don't know. I don't want to start messing with it, because if I break these bearings, you know, I don't get to use the scooter anymore for a while. And it's Saturday right now, so I can't call the dealer because he's not open. So, I guess for now I'll just concentrate on everything else that I was doing. And that's the other issue I was having. This is the speedometer pickup unit. And if you remember, the bearings are really close together. You can barely see it, but there is movement there. So the teeth that go in here aren't... I swear this is part of the structure of the hub. Now, my tech guy wanted me to get a part off of the schematic to make sure we get the right part, because of our wonderful experiences getting the wrong hub. But according to the schematic, this is separate, but to me, I don't see any way that this even connects. And it looks like it's part of the axle itself. So, I know these bearings are gone as well on this side. So, maybe, possibly, the best thing to do is just replace the axles on both sides. And hope the speedometer comes with it. I would imagine it would, but, you know, this is Heartway that we're talking about. So I guess I gotta wait till Monday to do that. Yeah. So apparently a monster doesn't like bearings very well. It eats them pretty quick. So my next job is to take all this apart get everything all nice and cleaned up, painted, and looking good again. I guess that'll be my first step for today. Well, I was gonna take this all apart, clean everything up, get it all nice and painted. I can't do that now because this bolt here goes through the whole thing, comes out the other side, and unfortunately the nut is on this side, so if we take the nut off, the bolt has to slide out that side, and in order to get that out, I have to take this front end off. You remember me with the bumper? And you're gonna know already what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna do that. I am not playing with that again. I am hoping that I can take this front light off as is, because I'm gonna be replacing it. But a hologram on that sticker. That's kind of cool. So I'm hoping I can get that out. I hope the nut in there it's not too rusty already. Hoping to get that out so I can put the new light on. As far as the rest, I guess I just kind of have to do it from what I can see from here. Because there's no way I'm taking this front end off again. Taking it off's not a problem, it's putting it back on. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what happens, I guess. I don't know. I might have to just to get to some of that rust under there. I can't believe how much rust there is just from last summer. That's amazing. It wasn't that much in there last summer. Oh, it happens, right? I don't know. I'll see what happens. See how I feel once I get to that point. I'm gonna call on Monday and make the decision. I'm definitely gonna be replacing these. All new axles on here. Because I can't change those bearings. I don't know how, and it doesn't even look like they're changeable. And if I do, I don't know what size they are to even replace them. Don't have a clue. I have a concern with the new light. On the old one, the access to the swivel screws were on the side. On this one, they're on the back near the bottom. Yeah, absolute worst possible place for them. So, kind of stick the bumper on, just kind of size up what it's going to look like, and I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to access them. So, I might have to come up with some other different design. And these long bolts are very similar to the rear hinge. They go in, and there's the nylon spacers that they go into, and then the nylon spacers are inside the tube. And just like the hinge, they don't want to budge. So I gave up trying, and I decided to try one more time with brute force. It's not budging. So it's not important to take them out. So I don't want to take a chance on damaging anything, so I'm just going to put the nuts back on them and leave them as they are. So I'm about done for today. Took a lot of energy taking everything apart. Got a lot of the greasy areas all cleaned up, and scraped off some of the rust with the wire brush, and just gonna do some work on the bumper and decide what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Some of the parts I took off I can take outside to wash, like the springs for one. They're pretty icky looking too. And it started working on some electrical stuff.